Eliances, where entrepreneurs align.
Alliances, where entrepreneurs align.
Alliances where entrepreneurs align.
Alliances, where entrepreneurs align.
Alliances, where entrepreneurs align.
Alliances, where entrepreneurs align.
Welcome to Alliances, the only place where entrepreneurs align.
That's right, and welcome back, and thank you for all the feedback, and thank you too for the feedback we're still getting when I interviewed Richard Branson. So make sure that you go to Eliances.com. That's Eliances.com, because as you know, it is the only place where entrepreneurs align. Well, I love talking about things that go viral. And our next hero certainly knows and now has experienced what it's like to go viral, because we have with us Daniel Chidiac. He is the author of The Modern Breakup, viral book, and others. You can reach him at Chidiac.com. Let me spell that out for you, for those that are listening. DanielChidiac.com. And of course, we'll also have it on our website at Eliances.com, and you'll just click on the radio portion. So Daniel, welcome to the show. I want to get started right into it. First of all, you got into writing. You were a university dropout and $70,000 in debt and had never done writing before. What makes you think you could write?
Well, I didn't. I just did it. That's the key. I had definitely had people thinking that I was crazy when I said that I was going to write a book, but I was just writing for a year just to express myself, and that was due to that hard time in my life, being $70,000 in debt, having a clothing business with my brother. And I mean, I don't even know why the bank gave us that money, because it was unsecured. We didn't have it, a backing of a house or anything to secure the loan. They just gave that to us, and it didn't go to plan, but I guess it went to the bigger plan, the universe's bigger plan. And I just started writing to express myself, and I found myself in that time and was writing down all my experiences and all these new age thought that I came into. And a year later, decided to turn it into a book.
Now, you were knocking on doors trying to get people to sign for your book, right?
Yeah. Well, I tried to reach out to editors and get them to edit the book, because I looked at the traditional publishing world, and then I wanted to sort of get it out to market quicker. And I wanted a bit more control, I guess, at the start, because I had some feedback that they would change a lot of the book, and I really wanted my voice to be in it. So I was reaching out to editors willing to pay them, and they were rejecting me one after the other. So it's sort of the cliche story, but it happens. And I found one eventually, probably about a year later, that would do it. And I had some, the biggest editors in Victoria to tell me to basically choose a different career in so many words, because they were afraid that I wasn't going to make money from it.
Wow. So what did you end up doing? You took it onto the online platform, right? To social media.
That's right. Yeah. So I ended up getting it edited, and this was the first book, Who Says You Can't, You Do. And I just started marketing it myself. And it started off with Facebook, and then I got onto Instagram. I was pretty late onto Instagram, actually, but I started sharing the quotes, and they started getting traction. And the book started doing really well. And then a year and a half after it was released, I got reached out by Penguin Random House, and then they re-signed the book.
Were they the ones that originally turned you down?
No, they weren't. But it's funny. I always say I think there was a mole in either company, because within 1 week I had Hachette in the UK reach out to me, and Penguin Random House. So I'm not sure why they both caught onto the book within 1 week, but
All right.
It was interesting.
So at what point did you see this now starting to go viral and start going, wait a minute, something's happening here? You're watching it, and then, was it just strictly a hockey stick where it's like next day?
No. Yeah, but I think that does happen in some instances. With my instance, it was just constantly putting money into marketing at the start, I was just collaborating with pages. So I'd say, oh, I'd share your quotes if you share my quotes. And there was a lot of that going around back then. You're talking 2017, late 2017. And then I started reaching out to bigger pages and asking them, you know, how much it would cost to start promoting my stuff on their page. And then they did it. And yeah, people would just reshare it. And I saw the power of social media. It was crazy because, you know, you may pay for one post, or you might negotiate one post with a page. However, it soon becomes apparent that everyone else is going to share that as well. So they're marketing it for you.
That's phenomenal. And again, you're watching, listening to me, David Kogan, host of the Eliances Hero Show. Make sure that you go to Eliances.com. That's Eliances.com. Why? Because it is the only place where entrepreneurs align. And we hope that this video also, and this video and podcast also too, goes viral. Why? Because we've got with us Daniel Chidiac, author of the Modern Breakup viral book, and many others. Make sure you go to Chidiac.com. Again, that's Daniel, Chidiac.com. So, Daniel, just a phenomenal story and stuff. And again, no one would sign for your book. You published it yourself on social media. It ends up going viral. Now you have the biggest publishers in the world reaching out to you. And what are you now? 13 languages too?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
So what kind of secrets do you have to share with others to make that happen, where, you know, many of us are turned down from things that we want, things that we think we've got the best of, whether it be job, whether it be trying to come out with a book or anything else. And yet, Daniel, like 99% of us go, okay, you know what? I guess I do need to change professions. I guess I do need to find something else. Like, what's the secret?
Keep the vision and never, ever give up. That's because I found that there's been so many times that I wanted to give up, especially when I got knocked down or knocked back from the editors. And I remember just thinking to myself, there's been so many times in my life where I've just kept one finger above the water. And I think that that's just hope, and something always comes and pulls you out. So as long as you just hold on to that hope, even if you don't know the way, even if you don't really believe at that time, you have to force it. You have to force it out of yourself, and you have to just keep going, keep pushing, and the little steps will present themselves, and then you take those steps. But the moment you give up, I mean, to me, that's you've already failed. You can't fail if you don't give up.
But I mean, even at that turning point, when someone says to you, "Hey, I think that you should find another profession," like, what was going through your mind? I mean,
well, there were definitely seeds of doubt that were planted in my brain, but I think, to me, it sort of felt like I was, it was my calling in a way, because I started writing. I'd never been a writer. But I mean, look, even if it doesn't feel like that, I think that you need to just go back to what you enjoy doing and what you love. And I loved it, and I wanted to release it to the world, and nothing was going to stop me in the end. Definitely had doubts along the way. I mean, multiple times I couldn't tell you when I was on my floor with my, head between my hands and just not knowing what on earth I was going to do next. But I just knew what I wanted. I kept the vision. I would literally just sit there and visualize my book being on shelves around the world, or talking to people and then being, saying how much the books helped them. And that sometimes I would leave work for the day, like I would just leave everything and not write, but I would just hold on to that vision, and I would keep that, and then eventually God responds.
well, excellent. We've got time too for one more question. I think this is important also too, that our listeners and viewers want to know in regards to young children and that, where they're trying things and yet as a child give up very quick and stuff. What kind of secrets maybe can you share with parents out there to help kind of motivate their child? Because somehow, some way, somebody helped you in some way, or something came to mind is, hey, I'm going to vision this and all that. What could parents do to help their children really be successful, make their mark with everything going against them and everybody saying, no, this won't work? Find something else.
Support them. That's the main thing. Give love and support. That was one thing that my parents gave me. My parents didn't give me, well, they would if they had it, but I grew up in a family that didn't have much money. and didn't have many material things. I mean, we still lived a comfortable life, but nothing. I didn't get my businesses invested for me or anything like that. Had to work since I was 14 at McDonald's. So, I mean, just show support. My parents have always supported me and with whatever I've wanted to do. So, I think love and support is the main thing, and just encouragement. Always encourage.
Excellent. Well, you're right, Daniel. It's all about love and
That's
support.
it.
You had an idea, you made it happen. You help your readers learn more about themselves and how to navigate life and love. And that's Daniel Chidiac, author of the Modern Breakup viral book. Go and reach him. Go out to Chidiac.com. This has been David Kogan with the Eliances Hero Show. And now it's time, Daniel, for you and I to go viral on this.
Yeah, that's it.